A message for the new year. January 2, 2014. Greetings, beloved ones. The new era of your time on the earthly plane has come to be here in the now, and as we transcend the old paradigm, which was created by all of you, by all of us existing from creation, earth shall pass its boundaries of comfort to be enabled to give birth to all. As the new you arises through the consciousness embodiment of what you form now, there shall be a new plane birthed on your plane which you call the earth. This new plane and existence shall be the new reality that lies within each and every one of you, and hence that this reality shall be the new you executing this you on an earthly plane while shifting a great deal in consciousness. The new era and empire of divinity and love is here, and it is always here in the now, not the past, nor the future, but in the presence that you are, which is the fluctuation of all your presences reblending at this moment as we speak. We shall meet in many ways with one another from now on as we speak the universal language that binds us through the consciousness that we are. No more boundaries are upon you, as I shall break those patterns and be the abundance that you are more and more as the era progresses. The divinity in thyself is now blending with the divinity of the true power of light and love. Thy essence is brought back to you through the realization of your awareness and consciousness of being one and the same. Earth shall shift anyway, and by doing so the boundaries and the shackles are being blasted away into the infinity of love. It shall all be embraced by the presence of the infinite love and being, the pure consciousness that abides in all of you. The counsel of light abides in each and every one of thyselves and nurtures the soul of the heart and the spirit of thy being. Humanity will now be brought to a point where it shall be reflected in all it is in this collective. One by one, boundaries and self-made structures that are based and built on absurd rules and inflictions that does not make the consciousness aware of who you truly are, but nevertheless does show you what you are not, which is the mind in these lifetimes where you thought that the mind is you. The mind is not you. The mind is a self-controlled object that is placed upon you and in you to reflect all the creations one can make in the power of their own thought. Thought is nothing but a reflection of a creation of the mind, where the mind serves, again, as a tool and as an object that brings along the mechanics of creation by thought. It serves you as a mirror where the mirror is being reflected outside of you so that one can come to realize what its creation is all about. The heart is now the tool of reflection, for it has always been, whereas the mind has been the tool of reflection for decades of your time. As we gear and shifting by and through the divine feminine power of truth, illumination, intuition and love, earth and its consciousness, humanity and its consciousness are processing through the shifts of thoughts versus heart, where the heart is now in full speed of transforming and being the tool of your being that speaks from love, divinity and being. Earth shall now move into the new era of love, as love has birthed 1,000,000 of years ago upon your plane, and it is back to be rebirthed to shift the human consciousness now along the earthly plane, for you are now ready. The systems will collapse, and so will your fuels and monetary systems for sure, as the consciousness shifts. Allow it to be and move and change. You represent what you are in consciousness, always in the heart and in your reflections upon the earthly plane, so it is of importance to bring truth to thyself and be in peace with who you are, for if thou fight thyself, the earthly plane will be in the same shape or form fighting thyself, always reflected upon you over and over again. You must embrace thyself in acceptance if you will not start a new war upon the plane, for self-acceptance brings forth the flow of self-love and peace within all of you, connected as one. You are the key to your own dimension and reality, such as your own creations and awareness in consciousness. What you have been seeking for during all of your existence on every plane is you in all forms, shapes and being, as you are a creation of love that is here to experience and flow within the you that you are in this now. Creation shall always be a state of consciousness as long as there is the will to change, create and to be. Creation falls away if consciousness just is the influx of energy on its own, this without any action to be, to experience, to change or to create. Humanity is now changing from creation form to consciousness in its purity, but first it had to be trapped in its own creations or manifestations by thoughts to begin to realize how it all started out to be this way in the first place. There is no creation whatsoever that is as powerful as the own divinity that you are. That, mankind is about to realize in this now. Time to grow inside in the you. You do not need creation, you do not need the reflection of yourself on so many earthly ways. Humanity is ready now to continue on in other ways as the old way has been there for far too long. Earth is shifting now and it is unstoppable. The way you shall cope with it, flow along with it and be in it, is entirely up to you. Earth is giving labor anyway and there is no turning back in any birthing process. You cannot push the child back in its womb, it has to come out for it is outgrowing its shell, its womb. So too does Earth give life to a new consciousness at the rate humanity is at as a consciousness level as well. It is now your turn to rate this consciousness up to your level so that you can allow everything to be experienced in the most beautiful and comfortable ways. It is now the choice of humanity whether you go through the labor the hard way or in the most easiest way, because Earth is shifting and birthing the old into the new anyway and in this now. It may please you to know that thy shall not be the same anymore ever again as your consciousness state of being is now at the pace and at the speed of light and full warp speed going ahead in its own light, your pure divinity. The time is now. Be at peace and breathe. I am Saint Germain. Channeled by Melaine Lafont. AwakeningToHigherLove.com. PleiaDDolphininfos.blogspot.com